So you're thinking about moving to Macomb Township, Michigan. Before you pack your snow boots and Tigers baseball hat, let me tell you, this place might just surprise you a little bit. Picture a booming suburb where cornfields have turned into cul-de-sacs, where you can drive 10 minutes and hit 3 different targets, and where summer means free concerts in the park and strawberry festivals, yes, with real strawberry shortcakes. If that piqued your curiosity, stick around because I'm about to give you the full scoop in living in Macomb Township, Michigan. Let's get to it. Macomb Township, Michigan, one of the fastest growing spots in the state. Whether you're moving across the country or just across Metro Detroit, this will cover everything you need to know, from where Macomb Township sits on the map to what the neighborhoods are like, the parks, the festivals you'll enjoy, the cost of living, schools, housing market, you name it. First up, where on earth, or Michigan, is Macomb Township? The township is located in Macomb County in southeast Michigan, and it's basically at the heart of Metro Detroit's northern suburbs. If Detroit is the hub of the region, Macomb Township is one of the popular spokes on the wheel around it. To put it in drive time terms, downtown Detroit is about 26 miles south of Macomb Township on a good day, meaning no crazy traffic on I-94 and 59. You can drive from Macomb Township to the heart of Detroit in roughly 30 to 40 minutes. Not bad for accessing big city jobs, sports, games, and entertainment, and then retreating back to your quiet suburban haven. How about some other major spots? Ann Arbor, home of the University of Michigan, is roughly 60 to 65 miles away, or about an hour, hour and a half southwest. It's definitely a trek, but doable for a day trip to catch a football game or visit the famous Zingerman's Deli. You're also not far from other Metro Detroit suburbs like Sterling Heights and Warren. They're just south, 20 to 30 minutes. Clinton Township, home to a whole lot of shopping, borders directly to the south. And Rochester and Troy in Oakland County are to the west-southwest within an hour, or a half-hour drive, I should say. Head east and you'll hit Lake St. Clair and the coastal city of New Baltimore in about 20 minutes. Great for summer boating or grabbing fresh lake perch for dinner. In short, Macomb Township sits in a sweet spot, all that to say. Close enough to the action of Detroit and other cities, but far enough out to have that open suburban feel. You really get the best of both worlds in terms of location. Oh, and for the traveling folks out there, Macomb Township is about 40 to 45 minutes from Detroit Metro Airport. Most of the drive is highway, so it's pretty convenient when you need to fly out for work or vacation. And if you're wondering about crossing the border, the Canadian city of Windsor, Ontario, just across from Detroit, is under an hour away. Perfect for a quick little international trip or a night at the Windsor Casino. Location-wise, Macomb Township offers a solid home base with easy hops to many destinations. And now let's talk about the size and the population. How big is Macomb Township and how many people call it home? For starters, Macomb Township covers about 36 square miles of land, and to visualize that, imagine a big square roughly 6 miles on each side, filled with neighborhood schools, parks, and a few cornfields on the edges for good measure. It's a fairly large area, which is why different parts of the township can have slightly different vibes, and I'm going to get into that in a little bit. As for population, Macomb Township has been booming. At the time of the 2020 census, the population was 91,663 residents, and that's a huge jump from 2010, which was around 79,600. In fact, Macomb Township was the most populous civil township in all of Michigan as of 2020. Only the charter townships of Clinton and Canton have more people. And it's not slowing down much. Recent estimates put the population around 93,700 as of 2025 World Population Review data, and continuing a steady upward trend. To put lightly, this place has grown like crazy. Between 2000 and 2008 alone, Macomb Township's population ballooned by 48%, nearly half again as many people in just 8 years. It went from a semi-rural outpost to a major suburban community in what feels like a blink of an eye. And the question now is, why the rapid growth? A few reasons actually. Affordable land and housing, at least compared to some other areas in Metro Detroit. Good schools, and that attractive location we just talked about. Families have flocked there for new houses and a bit of elbow room. The township was historically farmland and orchards, but developers have turned a lot of it into subdivisions since the early 2000s. Yet, despite having over 90,000 residents, Macomb Township doesn't feel congested in most parts. There's a nice balance of residential neighborhoods and open spaces, meaning they have the infrastructure for this population. The density of this population is roughly 2,200 people per square mile, which is suburban average. You won't typically see high-rise apartments or super crowded streets there. It's more about spacious subdivisions and some remaining green parcels slated for the next wave of homes, unfortunately. Macomb Township doesn't have a traditional downtown, but don't let that fool you. It's still packed with things to do. The township is home to 94-acre Macomb Corners Park, which features baseball and softball diamonds, soccer fields, basketball and pickleball courts, walking trails, playgrounds, and a ton of summer activities to go along with all that. The Macomb Township Recreation Center is another gem too. You've got an indoor water slide, a lazy river, full gyms, a fitness center, and an indoor playground that will save you during those long Michigan winters. And nearby you'll find Sycamore Hills Golf Club, C.J. Barrymore's Amusement Center, and the upcoming Avalon Aqua Park. For shopping and dining, just head south the Hall Road, affectionately known as the Golden Corridor, where the mall at Partridge Creek, Costco, Sam's Club, and restaurants galore they're just waiting for you. And you want Detroit-style pizza? Buddies. Need pancakes? The Pantry. And throw in some craft food and drinks to all that too, and you have Testabara and Bubba's 33. Macomb Township hosts the annual Tunzo Trucks event. Yes, it's actually exactly what it sounds like. Summer concerts in the park, movies under the stars, and the beloved Strawberry Festival at the church. Think carnival rides, live music, and car shows with a scoop of strawberry shortcake on top of that. The township is pet friendly too, with dog parks nearby like the one in Stony Creek Metro Park, and several groomers nearby, boarding facilities and pet supply stores in the area too. For families, you'll find tutoring centers, music and dance studios, early childhood programs, and libraries, all within a very short drive from each other. The healthcare access here is very strong too. Ascension, or Henry Ford, I should say now, Macomb Oakland Hospital and McLaren Macomb are nearby, and the Beaumont Healthcare System offering additional coverage, or should I say Corewell Health. There are also plenty of urgent care clinics, pediatricians, dentists, and specialists throughout the area too. Macomb Community College has a major campus just south in Clinton Township. It offers everything from 2-year degrees to trade certifications and serves as a launching pad to 4-year universities like Wayne State and Oakland University. One thing I wanted to talk about too is the zoning aspect. So zoning varies throughout the township. Some areas, especially in the northeast and the far east, are zoned to allow for pole barns, larger garages, or even mini farms. Many newer subdivisions will have HOAs with fees from $100 to $400 a year, while their neighborhoods remain HOA free. If you want total freedom for how you maintain your yard, be sure to ask this before buying, figure out the fees, figure out if they have an HOA or not. And to switch gears a little bit on the job side front, many Macomb Township residents work in the automotive, healthcare, and logistics sectors with nearby hubs like the GM Tech Center in Warren, medical centers, and industrial corridors off of M53. Remote work has also made the area pretty appealing. Many homes have dens or finished basements ready for a home office setup. The cost of living is just under the national average, and in the index, out of 100, it's at a 95.9, and the utilities are in line with the suburban expectations. DTE handles electric, Consumers or Semco supplies gas, and Macomb Township partners with Great Lakes Water Authority for the water aspect. Trash, recycling, and seasonal yard waste pickup are included in taxes, and the township also offers convenient services like electronic recycling days and neighborhood cleanup events too. Now to switch gears a little bit to the real estate. Housing prices are competitive. The median sale price as of May 2025 is $435,166 with a price per square foot of around $155. You'll find ranches and entry-level colonials in the 250Ks, mid-range family homes in the 350 to 450K range, and high-end or new construction options pushing $600,000. Expect around 2 to 3 weeks on the market for reasonably priced listings, but it really just depends. I'd say there's a caveat to that, because if it's priced really well below that market value, it can be gone in days. If you're building new, plan on 8 to 12 months, typically that far end from start to finish, unless you're grabbing a spec home that's already underway. Macomb Township doesn't have that classic downtown, like I said, but with the Golden Corridor nearby, like I mentioned, it hardly needs one. Plus, township services are solid. Online permitting, township newsletter, and an active community on Facebook presence really helps residents stay in the loop with things despite not having that close-knit, walkable downtown. And with the housing prices in mind, we need to factor in the property taxes too. Macomb Township is served by 4 school districts: Chippewa Valley, L'Anse Creuse, New Haven, and Utica. Chippewa Valley comes in at a millage rate, the rate used to calculate property taxes, of 32.6485, L'Anse at 31.0085, New Haven at 32.2685, and Utica at 27.5085. So if we take that median sale price in Macomb Township of $435,166, just as an example, divide it by 2, and multiply it by the lowest millage rate, then divide it by 1,000, the yearly tax burden in Utica, being the lowest, based on that 27.5085, would be right around $5,985.39. Outside of the tax aspect, the rankings of these school districts according to niche.com are as followed. Chippewa Valley, rated at an A-, also ranked number 2 best school districts in Macomb County, number 43 of 507 best places to teach in Michigan, number 64 of 539 best school districts in Michigan, and number 77 of 517 districts with the best teachers in Michigan. L'Anse Creuse ranks an overall grade of a B, number 8 best school districts in Macomb County, number 102 of 522 most diverse school districts in Michigan, number 176 of 539 best school districts in Michigan, and number 241 of 517 districts with the best teachers in Michigan. New Haven, on the other hand, ranks also a B and is number 9 best school districts in Macomb County, number 51 of 522 most diverse school districts in Michigan, number 138 of 517 districts with the best teachers in Michigan, and number 203 of 539 best school districts in Michigan. And last but not least, we have Utica. So Utica schools rank an overall grade of an A- and is ranked number 1 best school district in Macomb County, number 39 of 507 best places to teach in Michigan, number 40 of 517 districts with the best teachers in Michigan, and number 60 of 539 best school districts in Michigan. So after all of those rankings and property tax talk, you save money on property taxes being in the Utica school district, but you also get better schools based on rankings. So overall, whether you want space, access to quality schools, suburban conveniences, local events, park space, or a well-connected location, Macomb Township has something to offer almost every lifestyle, I would say. Macomb Township really does give you the suburban dream: space, parks, solid schools, shopping, events, and a balanced cost of living without too many major sacrifices. So I want to ask you, what do you think about Macomb Township, Michigan? Is this a place you'd call home? Why or why not? Drop a comment below and let me know what stands out most to you too. If you're thinking about making the move to Michigan, I help people move to, from, and within the great state of Michigan, and I love it. I also have a link to the Living in Michigan newsletter that you can find in the description. Thanks for watching. Till next time.